welcome to Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-hostess and wife, Karen.
Hello.
How are you doing, co-hostess?
I feel like a queen when you call... Well, I don't know. I feel mixed emotions being called a hostess.
Why?
Because I also think of like a hostess at a restaurant.
I think a hostess like the snack cakes.
Oh my gosh. I definitely didn't. That was the furthest thing from my mind. Furthest.
Cream filling.
Oh, I don't want to be thought of that way.
You know, I know a couple of people that like cream fillings. Do you know who they are?
Who?
Our Patreon.
Our Patreon supporters.
Almost got you.
Almost
got you. Damn
basically got me.
Yeah.
I was delayed enough.
Yeah, so they support our show with $2 a month, every month.
Cheaper than some cream filling.
Cheaper than a Twinkie at a gas station. That's true.
Is a Twinkie at a gas station more than $2?
Yeah, I think it's like $3. Yeah.
You're shitting me.
No, I'm serious. Yeah.
Is it a 2-pack though?
Yes, a 2-pack.
Oh.
Still, I don't want to pay $3 for two Twinkies.
Yeah, I mean that still seems a lot. It's a Twinkie. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's gone in 2 bites.
Yeah. You know.
And they're so airy and fluffy. I kind of want a Twinkie now.
Disgusting.
They're not disgusting.
Yes,
They're delicious.
they are. Ooh.
Hey, but yeah, they support our show with $2 a month. They get extra episodes. They get to vote in stuff like the Backlog of Doom, which we're doing an episode today. And they actually make our show possible because they pay for our hosting with Buzzsprout.
Thank you. You literally make sure that this show happens.
Yes, if it wasn't for you guys, this show wouldn't happen.
No novel console ever again.
And hey, remember to tell your friends that they can find us everywhere you can find podcasts and that they should follow us and leave us a review everywhere they can leave us a review because we would greatly appreciate that. And send us an email at novelconsole@gmail.com. But enough of that. I feel like I've been sitting in this chair for like 24 hours straight.
Yeah, it's because we did so much podcasting yesterday.
We did.
So much. More than we have ever done in a single day.
Mm-hmm. We recorded 2 episodes.
3, technically, sort of. 2.5.
2.5. 2.5.
We had to re-record.
Yeah. So we recorded 2 episodes with Danny from Big DK Energy Podcast. We were on his show and he was on our show, and those episodes will be released at some point in May. And if you know, ours is definitely going to be Star Wars because we're having Star Wars month on May. And if you get
May.
In May. On May? In
May.
In May? In May?
In May.
In Aunt May? No?
Oh my God, no. You just made it weird.
I did. Anyways, yeah, if you guys haven't listened to the Big DK Energy Podcast, I suggest you do because it's a really fun podcast. It's very entertaining. It's very insightful into a lot of things because he has all sorts of different types of guests, and they are all very interesting. And honestly, I've learned a lot just listening to the show.
It's informative.
It's very informative. Yep. But you know what's not informative?
Us.
Yes, we're
Our Patreon supporters.
No, they're smart. Well, except for with the money because they support us with it. That's not, I wouldn't support me. Anyways, what's not informative is the shitty week we had.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started.
It was half shitty and it ended kind of on a high note.
Kind of.
Barely.
Sort of. We're not going to be on a high note for like a month or 2.
No, it kind of like picked up like the last 3 days of the week.
I suppose you could say that.
Yeah. So what happened this week?
Oh God. Basically, last week I was having some problems with my stomach and I didn't realize exactly what was happening with my stomach. To be specific, it started the night we watched the 1970s-ish a film of Lord of the Rings. Yep, that's when it all started. My tummy decided to battle against me. I got over it. It was fine. Well, it came back Monday night and then again on Tuesday night. I was like, there's something very wrong here. And my mother's like, you know what? Based on everything you're saying, sounds like you're having some gallbladder problems. I'm like, oh, fuck. because I knew that I had gallstones from a previous doctor's visit and some testing that was done, but it wasn't causing me any problems. So they were just like, just let us know if it starts to bother you, but didn't explain to me what I would be feeling if it did start to bother me.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty.
So we wound up in the ER Tuesday night. They definitely kept me overnight. That was a fun time.
They charged me $500.
Yeah.
Which was very nice.
Yeah. And that's not even the end of the bill, I'm sure.
No, I
but
know.
But hey, maybe I'll hit my deductible since I had an ER visit right here at the beginning of the year, and the rest of my year will be covered by the insurance. We're not even going to think about that part right now. But yeah, so long story short, they ran these incredibly painful and terrible tests and determined that it was not an emergency situation after all. My gallbladder does ultimately need to be removed, but because I can tolerate a low-fat diet, which they tested out while I was still there, I'm now following a very, very strict low-fat diet until I can get this sucker out. And even once it's out, I don't know how my eating habits will go back to what they were.
Yeah. Yeah. So what does that mean for a novel console?
It means that garbage may be very different or possibly even non-existent.
There might be some episodes where we don't have garbage because it's safer to make food at home than to go out.
Yeah, because I mean, most menus would have like at least one option that I could probably eat. But God, it's so risky. And this pain, I never want to feel this pain again. Never. Oh, so it's just, yeah, it's a lot safer to not eat out.
So, but we will have a couple of gorbages. I mean, it's not like, oh, garbage is done and over with until Karen gets her surgery. It's more like
it may be me reviewing based on memory and him eating the food, which is actually something that we kind of already did that you'll hear next month.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what the options for like healthy restaurants are all over Orlando. I'm not sure if there's like a
But if y'all have recommendations for restaurants that have lots of low fat options, send them our way, please and thank you.
Yeah, we would appreciate that, because if it was up to me looking for healthy restaurants, I would be like, oh, a steakhouse, just have the chicken. And
you don't know how they cooked that sucker, and they probably cooked it in butter.
Yeah, they probably did.
Pounds and pounds of butter. And oil and just everything you can imagine under the sun. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that was the shitty part of the week, especially since you had to spend, what, 3 days at the...
No, it was only 24 hours, really.
24 hours?
Yeah, we got there at like, I know, it did. I mean, we got there at like 9 o'clock Tuesday night, and then they let me go a little before 10 Wednesday night. But I was there alone that whole time, basically, because you had to work. We couldn't afford for you to miss work. And I did have a friend who was more than willing to come sit up there with me, but we also work at the same job. So it would have been 2 people out versus 1. And we just lived so far away from my family. And then his one family member who lives here was going out of town that day. It was just a really bad time. Yeah. Really inconvenient time for this to happen.
Yeah, it was like at the worst possible moment. Like, we went out to get you a book, right?
Yeah, we went to the bookstore, and we were going to go visit some of my family who was at Disney. So we're also not going to infringe upon their vacation. Come sit with me at the hospital. And we immediately turned around and went to the emergency room instead of going all the way to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'll tell you.
Hospital beds suck.
Yeah. And that hospital was hot.
It was hot as fuck. No matter how many times we complained, everybody was just like, yeah, it's really hot in here. Nothing was done about it. Even when I finally got to go to a room of my own, shared with my roommate who was having GI problems, it was hot as fuck. And she was curled up in her blanket and shivering, and I was sweating and miserable. And I slept maybe 2 hours total in the 24 hours that I was there.
Honestly, I feel like I'm still dragging some of that sleeplessness from
Oh,
that
I'm
first night.
definitely still struggling from it. Still struggling. I feel like I can't catch
Because
up.
I got here like at 2 in the morning, and by the time I fell asleep, it was like 3, and I had to wake
Yeah.
up at 7 to go to work.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. It's your goddamn gallbladder.
My God bladder.
Your gallbladder's goddamn fault. It's fucking
Yeah.
ruining everything. Ruined our whole plans for everything. It even kind of like infringed on our vacation and everything.
Yep, because we're still going to Puerto Rico this week, and we're gonna carry around a cooler for me because I can't eat anything, but I can't even eat mofongo.
I mean, you can have a bite. You can have a bite of everything. Just
No, I
not-
shouldn't have a bite of everything because it's all gonna pile up and turn into one thing, and then I'll be in pain and have to have my gallbladder emergency removed in Puerto Rico. No, thank you.
that you'll go in for the emergency gallbladder removal. They'll end up removing a kidney by accident.
Oh my God. They're not even in the same location.
Exactly. That's how much I trust the Puerto Rican health system because
Yeah,
I
that's
used to
why
work
we're
in it.
going to avoid needing anything done there like the plague.
Yeah, definitely. So, oh man, that's still. So we're going to Puerto Rico. We're still getting an episode out next Monday. We're just going to record it this week.
It just might be Puerto Rico experience versus what we were intending it to be a Puerto Rico heavy garbage.
No, we're still doing that episode.
Well, yeah, but
No, but for next Monday, because next Monday we'll still be
oh,
in
you're
Puerto
talking
Rico.
about the episode that we're recording.
Yes, there
in
will
advance.
still be a
I
regular
see.
episode released
Yes.
next week. It most likely looks like it's going to be another Dragon Ball episode.
Yes.
So for you people out there that love Dragon Ball, like Will,
Tell your friends.
yes, tell your friends. And Will, I hope you enjoy it because it's more of that Carradine is reading Dragon Ball for the first time as an adult and cringing all over it type of episode.
I'm only a couple pages in right now, and I'm like, why is she just walking around in her panties?
Yeah.
We'll go into more detail.
Yeah, we will. We will. Speaking of panties, we watched a Sonic movie.
We did. What the hell does that have to do with panties?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we went to see Sonic Friday night. Another sad experience where I couldn't have a popcorn and icy while we watched the movie, but it's okay.
You have popcorn in a smart water.
I had popcorn and smart water, popcorn with no butter added to it, and I didn't die. So that was my one risky move that I've taken since we left the hospital. But it was actually a really good movie. It was kind of long, and I did have to succumb and get up and pee during the middle of it, which I try not to do.
You didn't really miss anything in that
Thankfully, I was trying to pick a good moment.
part. Like you
to
came
go.
back. You came back at a part where important stuff started happening, and you walked in as the important stuff started happening.
At
So you didn't
least.
really miss anything during that part.
I didn't miss any Idris Elba shining moments.
Oh my God, Knuckles is so good.
Idris Elba is so
He
good.
was so good as Knuckles.
It didn't really make sense to me at first, and I don't even know anything about Sonic, but I'm like, why the hell would you want Idris Elba to voice? I mean, I know he was like the sheriff in Zootopia, but he was a giant bull. Like, he was a badass, and here he's just like this little thing.
Little.
Yeah, he's little.
He punched holes in shit.
He's still little.
He got his shit rocked.
He's still little.
He's like toddler size. That's not little.
That's really fucking little.
he's
A toddler?
A muscle heavy toddler.
Okay.
The movie was great.
It was pretty great.
I absolutely loved all the memes that they did. They had the "I'll show you the way" meme. Ben Schwartz as Sonic was fantastic, and he did the worst from Parks and Rec at one point. The Easter eggs from the games and that after credit scene. Holy shit, the after credit
The whole theater. Granted, the whole theater was like all 6-year-old boys, and they were all just like, what?
scene. And there was like a handful of people our age that also started losing their collective
But it was
shit.
mostly children. The children and the adults were all losing their minds.
Like once the movie was over, everybody was clapping. Everybody was so happy, and it is just such a wonderful movie. Like this is what video games movies should be.
It also was a good example of good children and like, I don't know, like them appreciating a movie that was geared towards them, if that makes sense. Because like they were a little loud, but they were loud. They were like appropriately loud. They would like,
Excited
laugh
loud.
obnoxiously during the funny parts and, gasp. And it was cute. It was cute. Not like those kids at Eternals that we hated with
those
every fiber of our
those
beings.
kids were awful.
They were so bad. Singing fucking happy birthday in the middle of the movie. Oh my God.
To be honest,
Running up and down the aisles.
that was kind of a boring movie.
Oh, it was terrible, but it was made more terrible by them.
That's true.
We'll
I
be
will
able to
say-
talk about another movie next week.
I guess we will.
As long as
yeah.
we make it.
Yeah, we will. As long as I make it, we will. I will say the one thing that I could have done without in the entire Sonic movie was the humans. Like the whole thing with the humans
And their painful acting.
was just fucking pointless. Even what's his name, James Marsden?
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Just let it be CGI Sonic and Jim Carrey and CGI fucking Idris Elba and everything. Just get rid of all the humans. We don't need them. It was such a damn good movie. I was so...
Yeah, the human plot lines were pretty stupid.
Yeah, they were like slapstick comedy and not even good slapstick. They were just...
Real bad acting. Real bad.
They were super cringe. And there wasn't like a heartwarming moment like in the first movie with the girl and the shoes. Was there?
Yeah, there were heartwarming moments at the end with the whole family. We're family,
Yeah, and every... when I was little, I loved Tails, and Tails has always had a soft spot in my heart. And the story that they had for Tails in this movie, I was kind of a little bit heartbroken and sad because
I thought Tails' story was kind of heartwarming.
And
it was sweet.
I found it sad, and like as he and Sonic became closer, I was like, yeah, I like this. This makes me happy. But at first, when they're like, he has no friends, I was like, Tails deserves all the friends. He's so adorable with his two tails that work like a helicopter.
He also seems kind of like a nerd, and us nerds sometimes struggle to make friends.
Yeah, he is a nerd. But it was a really good movie. It's worth the watch.
Very cute.
And if you can watch it on the big screen once that after credit scene happens, oh my god, oh my god, that was great.
And it's like not all the way after the credits. It's just a couple minutes in.
Yeah, it's like after the whole animated end credits thing.
Yeah,
like in the
pretty
first
quick.
movie. Speaking of after credits animated stuff at the end of a movie, I bought an Xbox One Series S from Best Buy. I got an email from Best Buy saying, hey, we have Xboxes. I'm like, hey, I'm broke. And they're like, hey, we'll give it to you and you can pay $25 a month for a year. I'm like, hey, let's do that. So it's great. It's really fun. The control feels perfect. It's just so comfortable for my big Donkey Kong hands. And I subscribed to Game Pass because they offered me a free month for $1. Which just
That's not a free month.
well, a month for $1 instead of the usual $14.99 or $180 for a whole year, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to buy in increments of a month. They have like their first party titles in there, so like Halo, Gears of War, Forza, the Rare stuff, the Bethesda stuff. So there's a bunch of games that I can play on it now for just paying that membership as part of Game Pass. And I downloaded Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, the Master Chief Collection, which I'm probably going to delete off the Xbox because playing it, I just remembered I am not a Halo guy. I don't like Halo. I don't care for Halo. And I played Forza, and Forza looked amazing. It is one of the most beautiful games I have ever seen. It's a car racing game, and it just looks incredible.
It's pretty impressive for a car racing game.
Oh, you have to see it. You haven't seen it. And the other thing that I was playing was Gears of War 4 because I never played the fourth one. I played 1, 2, and 3. And it's really good. I don't understand why people hate the game, but it is very, very good. So I think I'm probably going to finish it at some point and maybe review it. And we'll go from there. So Xbox games are on the plate now for a novel console because of
Woo woo.
Best Buy. being like, we'll give it to you for $25 a month. So, speaking of $25 a month, Karen, you
That's
know,
how much we're going to charge our Patreon supporters now.
no,
Can you imagine?
we would have none.
Yeah, we would. Whew.
I wouldn't pay $25 for.
Hell no, that's crazy.
No, hell no. Speaking of $25 per month, not that it's going to cost $25 per month. Kingdom Hearts 4 got announced today.
It did.
Did you? You didn't see the trailer, did you?
No, I don't care. I saw it and I was like, "Oh, hubby will be happy." Like I saw the just this happened, not watched it.
I see.
Yes.
So it got announced. It looks awesome. They showed a tiny bit of gameplay, and I like the direction where it's going. Now it doesn't look as cartoony. It looks more realistic.
That's good.
And Donald and Goofy are still in it. They show them at the end of the trailer, and they look like action figures instead of like their cartoon selves like they used to. They are so detailed that they look like action figures. They
That's
look
pretty
really
cool.
cool. So I'm excited to hear more about it. I can't wait for a date, but we're probably not going to get this game for another 14 years.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Well, that's almost as long as Kingdom Hearts 3 took to come out after Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's crazy.
But when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, Tetsuya Nomura, the director, said that they're probably going to be releasing the numbered entries in quicker succession, because apparently they're now at a spot where it's easier to create the games and they have like the story drafted out and all that, so they know where they're going to go and they want to go. So it's just a matter of them making the game, basically. And lately Square has been on their shit. They have been releasing games consistently and they've all been of good quality or higher. So I am kind of excited, even though Kingdom Hearts 3 was kind of a fucking mess and a shit show, and I actually really didn't like it. I'm excited for 4. I can't wait. I have a Kingdom Hearts tattoo, and if this game is good, I am not going to cover it up.
You need to get it touched up, if nothing else. That shit looks gnarly.
Yeah, I got to get it, like, fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enhanced.
Yes. Remastered.
Yes. You need a rip reduct. Fix that bitch.
I got a Kingdom Hearts tattoo remake. Hey, so you know Sarah, right?
Yes.
So she, the other day, like at the hospital, while we were at the hospital, it was like 1 a.m, and she messages me and she says, "When did you start the podcast?" And I said,
August 2020 or September 2020.
September 4th, 2020.
Yeah, we recorded the first episode in August of 2020.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah. And she said, and she didn't answer until like the afternoon of the next day. And she said, "Oh, I started drawing in June 2020. I'm like, "Okay, so what are you talking about?" He says, "Well, there's this theory," and she sent me the video on it, that apparently the world ended in December 2019 on the 31st. And those few months up until June were what was left of the universe that was in 2019 melding together into this new universe, and it didn't formalize until June, and that's why from June afterwards everything is kind of like everybody's lives kind of changed in a certain artistic direction. So like people wanted to create more. So pandemic also kind of helped with TikTok and people starting side projects and shit to be artistic. She started drawing, we started doing the podcast and stuff like that. Like people kind of needed an outlet, not only because of the pandemic, but because this merging of the universe forced people to take that route. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's so far over my fucking head. I think you're on crack.
The person might be, and Sarah might be too. Because honestly, I don't know what goes on in her head sometimes. But
like, whew, way over my head.
I find it kind of interesting. Like, could you imagine like the world actually ended and we just got melded into another universe? And Now we're just living that universe's reality as our own, but we
That's way
didn't
too big
notice.
for my brain. I can't wait to hear what your Discord group has to say about all of this.
Oh man, I can't even imagine what they would say. That's going to be interesting, an interesting discussion. So I'm sure I'm going to be getting messages throughout the day about this
Way
stupid
too big
shit.
for my brain.
You know what's not too big for your brain?
Books that are on my backlog.
No, the sex toy
No.
of the week.
Oh God, you're gonna make me do one. Oh, I'm not ready.
You're not ready?
No.
Well, it's not really a sex toy. It is a service. It is called Rent a Dildo.
What? Why would you rent a dildo?
It's rentadildo.com, the number one online sex toy rental service with over 1,000 toys to choose from. So the website says the best ways to rent sex toys starting at only $19 a month.
You're shitting me. You're sharing that shit with other people.
Well, apparently.
That's disgusting.
So it's kind of like the Netflix of sex toys.
This website also looks like it was built in 1990.
It might as well been. Okay, so how it works. Using rentadildo.com is easy. You make a list of the toys you want and we do the rest. So it's literally old style Netflix, but with dildos. 1, choose the toys you want, over 1,000 available. 2, we rush you clean toys in discreet packaging. 3, keep each toy as long as you want. 4, return used toys and get new ones mailed to you. It is literally
the Netflix DVD system.
Yep.
Literally.
And it has a different kinds of plan. One at a time, which is $19 a month. One sex toy out at a time. 2 at a time. 2 sex toys out at a time, which is $29.99. And the golden plan. 3 sex toys out at a time. New unused sex toys sent when available. So that seems like the best
How
plan.
much is that one?
$49.99.
A month?
A month.
That's insane.
So questions and answers. How do you keep the toys clean and safe? We've developed a patent pending process for thoroughly cleaning each toy before it is sent out to a customer. Our extensive research and testing indicates that this will allow us to provide safe, hygienic sex toys without the fear of transmission of disease. Customers who are still concerned about safety can simply use a condom or other latex barrier with each toy. That sounds awful. What's the selection like? We offer a full range of sex toys, from anal beads to rabbit vibrators to nipple clamps and cock rings, not to mention dildos in every shape, size, color, and material. Each toy is tested for quality and performance before it is added to our collection. How does the free shipping work? We ship each toy to you in a discreet, unmarked box. Inside the box, you will find a return mailing label. When you are done with the toy, simply put it back in the original box and mail it back to us. You never have to pay for shipping. It is literally Netflix.
That is insane.
What if I want to buy a toy? If you enjoy a toy so much that you want to keep it, you have 2 options. You can simply keep the toy you currently have and we'll charge you a low replacement fee, or you can order a new one at a low discounted prices. Either way, you enjoy a try before you buy option unavailable elsewhere in the sex toy world. Do you include batteries? Many of our toys are battery operated. When you order a toy, you can select the batteries included option for a small fee, and you'll get the appropriate batteries to power your toy right in the box.
So it's not really $19.99.
Apparently not, especially but if you want a vibrating one, because you just want like a rubber dong, I'm sure.
Yeah, if you just get a cock ring, it doesn't require batteries necessarily, although I think they do make the vibrating cock rings.
Yes, I think they do. So what about lube? With each toy shipment, we include a package of our own specially formulated silicone-based lube. We encourage you to use this lube with the toys. Not only is it extremely high quality and pleasurable, it is safe to use with latex condoms and barriers and cleans easily.
Oh boy.
How long can I keep each toy? You can keep each toy for as long as you want. There are no late fees, only a monthly subscription fee, $19 for one toy at a time, $29.99 for two toys, and $49.99 for the golden dildo plan with
The golden dildo plan. I expect all of my sex toys to be golden.
with 3 toys out and priority to receive new unused toys as rentals. Wow, this is weird. Okay, so look, this is how you can date the website. Oh, 2005, rent a dildo. All rights reserved, U.S. patent pending. So it is an actual website from 2005. So it has the rabbit. It has the 6-inch ultra skin dildo, the Impulse Jackrabbit, the Tara Patrick Ultimate Love Doll, which looks horrifying, the mini tongue vibrator, and the Jenna Jameson ass pussy thingy.
What the hell?
This Tara Patrick thing is horrifying. I wish I could enlarge it, but I can't.
Because the website's from 1990.
Yeah,
This is an ancient, terrible website.
wow.
Is this even like still up and running?
I don't think it is. This is it's beta testing. It's not. They never even officially launched it, I think.
I wonder why.
This is so weird.
Okay, get off this website before you get viruses on
see?
our computer.
Nothing.
Jesus.
Nothing. That was funny. I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, it's Netflix for sex toys,
Yep.
and you might get an STD.
And it's
Have
from
fun.
it's from 2005, the same time when Netflix started coming out, right? That's around the time when you started seeing Netflix ads on TV.
I think so. I didn't get Netflix until I was in my freshman year of college, and I was getting the DVDs. I was in my freshman year in 2010, 2011.
Oh boy,
So
that's something.
I remember like having the mail room in my all girls dorm. It's now a co-ed dorm, but it was an all girls dorm then. That was like the only all girls dorm, which was weird on the campus. But I remember going down to the mail room and getting my little Netflix DVD. I remember there was one I held on to for a really long time because I got really lazy. Can't remember what movie it was though.
Oh boy, are you sure it was a movie and it wasn't the dildo of the month? Rent
You
a dildo?
know, I ladies got to keep her secrets.
All right, so I guess it's time for the backlog of doom.
Welcome to the backlog of doom. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, we decided that it's been a while since we did a backlog of doom, and now that Chris has finally fucking reviewed Cyberpunk,
It was so
we
good.
can do another
Oh,
backlog.
I forgot
'cause we're
something
finally...
about Cyberpunk that I
my
didn't tell
God,
you. Okay,
what?
there is a. You know how I told you there's smart guns that you aim and they follow the people and
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one that's called I think Skippy or Splitty or something like that that has like an AI in it, so it talks, and as you're killing people, it gives you like stats about the human body. So like, oh, there's 50 gallons of blood inside a person. I'm gonna make them all spill. Stuff like that.
Ew.
There was this one scene where V was talking to the gun, trying to figure out who the owner was, and the gun was trying to find the owner, but it didn't remember because somehow the gun got amnesia, and the gun started going like ba ba beat up ba 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 ba, and V is like, "What are you doing?" And the gun says, "Oh, my records indicate that music in times of distress helps to relax the person." And then sometimes throughout shootouts, you would just hear the gun going like ba ba beat up ba ba.
S&M by Rihanna. What a song to pick.
Yep. So I thought that shit
Chains
was,
and whips excite me.
that shit was very, very funny.
That's wonderful.
That game is just wonderful all on its own. It's so funny and so good. 10 out of
my
10.
God.
Go fucking play the game.
Okay, so anyway, we finally reviewed our last backlog of Doom books. So
End game.
yeah, book and game. Our backlog of Doom things. So we're gonna finally do another one. So I guess I'll start us off with my first book. I don't think I ever actually reviewed the first book, but I know I talked about it and you were super intrigued. Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. It was the alien book where like Earth had been destroyed, basically in like the Cold War. And this alien race came and took the few people that survived and were like preparing them to come back and recolonize Earth.
Um,
Basically.
maybe kind of sounds familiar, but not really.
Yeah, okay. So this is the second book in that series,
What's it called?
Adulthood Rights.
Adulthood Rights.
Yes, it's a Lilith Brood novel. So here is the synopsis. After nuclear war destroys nearly all humankind, an alien race called the Onkali intervenes, saving a small group of survivors from certain death. But salvation comes at a cost. The Onkali can read and mutate genetic code, a skill they use to constantly adapt and evolve. They value humans for their intelligence, but also know the species is destined for failure due to a fatal flaw, unless they breed with the Onkali to produce a new hybrid species. Aiken looks like an ordinary human child, but as one of the first human-alien hybrids, he can see at a molecular level and kill with a touch. More powerful than any human and able to perceive the Onkali's own flaws, Aiken must reconcile his dual heritages before building a future for both species in a world already torn in two.
Mm-hmm. That sounds very interesting.
It is super interesting. I really enjoyed the first book. I really like Octavia E. Butler. I was introduced to her when I was in college when I took my sci-fi class, and I was devastated to find out that she had passed away in 2006.
Did she finish the series?
I think so. I'm pretty sure this one is complete. I think most of her series wound up being complete, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But she's written another book that I've only read the graphic novel interpretation. I need to read the actual book. Parable of a Sower. Is it Parable of a Sower? Is Parable of a Sower the one I read? Anyway, one of her books is this girl like wakes up back in slavery times. Yeah.
Okay.
It's real scary.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but that's not this book.
Oh. It's just as scary, except because of alien penises.
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it for book one.
So I am going to cop out because I think it's time that I did something that I should have done a long time ago as a gamer. And that is to finish a Dragon Quest game. So all of my games for today are Dragon Quest.
Cop out.
It is 5 Dragon Quest games.
Haven't you put a Dragon Quest game in every single fucking backlog we've done?
And it never gets chosen.
Oh my god.
So now it's only Dragon Quest, so you guys got to choose one of them. Now you have no choice but to choose Dragon Quest. All right, so the first one is Dragon Quest 4, Chapters of the Chosen. And the back of the box says, the legend of Cenethia starts here. A prestigious army captain, an adventurous princess, a humble merchant, 2 sisters, and you, the hero, dive into this unique adventure and discover a grand tale told through the experiences and emotions of characters from all walks of life. I am going to tell you something right now that is probably going to annoy you.
What?
I bought this game at Walmart like 3 years ago for $40. I saw it at Cybertron yesterday without the manual for $179.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's crazy. You go sell that bitch.
Fuck no. This is a collector's thingy.
A collector's thingy.
Yeah.
Thingy.
A
That's
thingy.
how important it is. It's a thingy.
Yeah. And it's complete. I think I've opened it a couple of times. I have never actually looked through the manual and whatnot, which is weird because the manual's got a crease in it. That's kind of annoying. But yeah, it's just a straight up straight up turn-based RPG in the Dragon Quest series. And honestly, I kind of really like the character design. There's some pretty good waifus in this game. So I think I'm going to enjoy this game if I get to play it. So it's basically just turn-based like Final Fantasy, but with Akira Toriyama art style, and I love Akira Toriyama, so I wouldn't be mad if this game got chosen. It does seem like a pretty good starter. As the DS version, all of these games are DS versions except for the last one. Yeah. So, what's your next book?
My next book is one that I made you buy me when the movie was coming out because I was like, I have to read this, then I have to watch the movie, and I never read it, and I never watched the movie.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes. Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. Oh, man. I know that I'm probably going to like it. I don't know. I have so many books that I haven't read. So when New Yorker Rachel Chu agrees to spend the summer in Singapore with her boyfriend, Nicholas Young, she envisions a humble family home and quality time with the man she hopes to marry. But Nick has failed to give his girlfriend a few key details. One, that his childhood home looks like a palace. 2, that he grew up riding in more private planes than cars. And 3, that he just happens to be the country's most eligible bachelor. On Nick's arm, Rachel may as well have a target on her back the second she steps off the plane, and soon her relaxed vacation turns into an obstacle course of old money, new money, nosy relatives, and scheming social climbers. And this is actually the first book in a trilogy.
Really?
Yeah, you got China rich girlfriend and rich people problems.
How many movies have they made?
I'm pretty sure they've only made the one. I'm
one?
pretty sure, yeah. And I actually started watching it on the plane to Disneyland, if I remember correctly. And my concentration level on planes is just like zilch. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't pay attention. It was pretty pitiful. So, yeah.
I'm just going to say it's going to be pretty interesting getting on a plane with you this week.
I know. We've never been on a plane together. My concentration level on planes is the same as my concentration level in hospitals. I was in the hospital for 24 hours and I read 2 chapters and just stared at the TV and sat there in misery.
You know what we should do before we get on the plane?
Stay up all night?
Get wasted.
Oh, I can't get wasted.
Because
remember,
I am awful at planes and I would rather be knocked out.
No,
drunk.
I'm not going to have you wasted and somebody upset you and you get belligerent and rough with somebody and them land the plane and you get arrested.
I'm not going to do that. I only do that to ambulance drivers who cut us off for no reason. So why do you want to read that book?
Why do I want to read that book?
Yeah.
It sounds cute and funny.
It sounds cute and funny.
Yeah. I like family drama, some romance.
You do.
Rich people.
You like rich people?
It's in another country. Yeah. It's like no, never mind. Ignore me. Yeah. It sounds fun.
Okay. That's not a bad option. Watch Burger Champ love that book and want you to read it.
Yeah, I have a theory that Burger Champ is going to love that book and want me to read it. He's going to know all the solutions to my gallbladder problems and going to have all of our restaurant recommendations for my gallbladder problems to keep Gorbage alive and thriving. Don't let me down, Burger Champ.
I wouldn't doubt it. There was an episode where you said, "Oh, watch Burger Champ, set an alarm for whatever."
And the Tolkien, the letters from Father Christmas to remind us.
And he sends me a picture the day the episode posts with the alarm set. I love our listeners. They're great.
Yes, we love you, Burger Champ. I hope you know we're not picking on you.
Oh,
we kind of are, but
he picks on us too. So
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's in a loving way.
Yeah. So the next one, Dragon Quest VII: Fragments of the Forgotten Past. And this one looks weird. This one I actually bought with 4. They were both $40. I have no idea how much this one goes for. If I would have known, I would have bought more because they did have a couple more on the shelf when I bought it. So it says, from one little island to a world of possibilities. The island of Estards, that almost sounds like a bad word, sits all alone in the middle of an endless ocean until one day a lowly fisherman's son finds his way into a mysterious shrine. Little does he know that his discovery will change not only his destiny, but that of the world itself. It has rebuild the tablets and restore the world. Use the fragment detector to help you find the hidden tablet shards. There's over 30 valid vocations. Oh, nice. This one has a job system with distinctive costumes to match. Oh my God. This one sounds better than the last one. Okay, so a job system is the system where there's a bunch of different classes that you can change your characters into, and based on the classes, you have different abilities.
That's cool.
So let's say there's warrior, mage, cleric, all that stuff. Each one is completely different. And this one right here, from what I can see, there looks like there's mages, there's like a Japanese style brawler, there's like a pilot, and a sheep with horns. Or is that just be a goat?
I can't see. There's too much of a glare.
Would that just be a goat? A sheep with
see.
horns?
A sheep with
Either way, I
horns?
just want to headbutt people to death.
That looks like a ram.
A ram?
Yeah.
I could do with a ram. Okay, this one actually... Yeah. Oh, man. This one actually sounds way better. It goes to show you, I buy games and I don't look at them.
That just baffles me. I at least try to have some sort of idea about a book before I pick it up. I try. Unless I'm at the library, then it's like, no.
Okay, so like a lot of the games, I do pay attention to a lot of the games, but when it's older games like these, I was like, I know that game goes for a lot of money. I should buy it right now because it's going to pick up in value. I'm never going to sell it. I'm going to have it in my collection. If I ever want to play it, I can play it. But I do know that Dragon Quest is highly regarded. It's kind of one of the reasons why I finally want to pop that cherry. So yeah, man, these two seem like winners. One has awesome waifus. The other one has a job system. What's your next book?
Watch them be your two least chosen. Okay. My
Hey, I
next
got
book.
3 more. It doesn't matter to me.
My next book is a contemporary retelling of Little Women called Meg and Joe by Virginia Contra. So the March sisters, reliable Meg, independent Joe, stylish Amy, and shy Beth, have grown up to pursue their separate dreams. When Joe followed her ambitions to New York City, she never thought her career in journalism would come crashing down, leaving her struggling to stay afloat in a gig economy as a prep cook and secret food blogger. Meg appears to have the life she always planned, the handsome husband,
Wait.
the adorable
Food blogger?
toddlers.
Like Gorbage?
Yes, a secret food blogger.
She's a secret Gorbager.
The house in a charming subdivision, but sometimes getting everything you've ever wanted isn't all it's cracked up to be. When their mother's illness forces the sisters home to North Carolina for the holidays, they'll discover what really matters. One thing's for sure, they'll need the strength of family and the power of sisterhood to remake their lives and reimagine their dreams. This also reminds me I need to finally fucking sit down and watch that latest adaptation of Little Women with Emma Watson. I never watched it.
Really?
Yeah, I never watched it.
I swear I walked in and you had it on the TV one day.
No, I never did. You may have walked in on me watching Beauty and the Beast, which Emma Watson is in.
No.
But I never did watch this Little
you
Women
sure?
with Timothy Chalamet. I didn't.
Are you sure Emma
positive.
Watson's kind of like pissed at somebody the entire movie?
I never watched it.
I doubt it was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I swear I saw you watch it on the couch.
I promise you I didn't.
That's strange.
I want to, but I haven't.
So you just want to
Yeah.
read it because it's a retelling of one of your favorite...
Oh, I wouldn't really even say that Little Women is one of my favorite books, and I honestly couldn't even like regurgitate the plot to you right now of Little Women because I only read it once, and I mean it's cute. And honestly, the only reason I read Little Women is because my ex, when his parents gave me all of the furniture to furnish my old apartment. They gave me some books that his grandparents had that they just held on to, and Little Women was one of those books. And I just left all of those books sitting in my trunk and just drove around with them for months and months and months until one day at work, I wound up with only one book in my bag because I'd gone up to Georgia and I didn't take anything with me because I never have time to read when I'm up there. So I only had one book and I only had a couple chapters left in it. I finished it immediately and I'm like, fuck, what the hell am I supposed to do for the rest of the day? I'm working. So I went to my car and dug through my trunk and Little Women was there. So I read Little Women. Finally, as an adult. I was never required to read it. And it's cute. It's a classic. But I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite books of all time. She's no Jane Austen. was no Jane Austen.
That oh
But it's still
man.
good. I mean, I still enjoyed it. It's just not a favorite. So yeah, but I still want to read it. And plus, this author just released a Beth and Amy book that I want to get too, but I feel like I can't justify buying it until I read this one.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. My next game is Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King. I'm gonna be honest. I have never really played a Dragon Quest game. I have,
Well, no shit. That's why your whole fucking backlog is all Dragon Quest.
and I have not beaten a Dragon Quest game. Right?
Right?
Right? And I do own a lot of them. I own a lot of the spin-offs too. This game was originally out on PlayStation 2. The neighbor from across the street, his parents bought him every video game that came out. I was always super
Lucky
jealous of
kid.
him. Yeah. I was always super jealous of him because he had all the cool games. And this was one of the games on PS2 that he had that he lent me. I started it, walked out into the field, got killed, turned it off, gave it back to him.
Oh my gosh. You gave up so easily.
Yeah. I was
You were an instant gratification kid.
It wasn't even that I got killed. I got savaged. I got murdered. It was an obscene display of power, like that Panthera album. I did that on purpose.
Like what?
Obscene display of power.
Like what album?
Pantera.
Oh,
Walk.
you said Panthera.
Pantera, whatever.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck is Panthera? Panther A? I'm sorry, I love you. Work on your THs that don't even make any sense because it's not a TH word.
Shut up. So, to be honest, I remember before this game came out, I had a what's it called? A Game Informer subscription. And I saw a lot of this game on Game Informer. They would every month pretty much just like, oh, this game is coming out in the previews. And I saw a lot that the main character, this guy right here, he
He
has
looks
this
like Ash.
he has this thing called tension mode where he basically goes Super Saiyan. And it came out in that time where I was basically existing in a Dragon Ball Z is the only thing I think of.
Care about.
Yeah. And I thought that it was super cool because it was drawn again by Akira Toriyama, and he could go Super Saiyan as a little burst of power. And then this guy kind of looks like Trunks, and I was like, I need to play that game, and I got savage. I'm like, I'm not playing that game. But the back of the box says, when an ancient scepter is stolen, an epic adventure is born. The kingdom of Trodain is cursed by the power of a sinister scepter, and its people plunged into an endless sleep. Only one young guard escapes the castle unscathed, and sets out on an incredible journey to lift the curse once and for all. Cutscenes brought to life by full voice acting. Recruit Rhett and Mori and use their skills to open up new strategies in battle. I'm guessing those are characters that weren't available in the original release. Change party members, attitudes, and appearances with all new equipment. Take control of the camera to snap pictures of your party and share that stuff that I don't care about. I would like to play this game because it looks pretty good. I like the character design. They're all very different. They're kind of not all exactly the same looking. And there's 2 waifus in it. So, yeah, I'd be fine with that pick too.
Really have different styles of look.
Yeah, that's what I love about Akira Toriyama's art. It's like the heroes kind of all look the same, but then most of them are kind of different. And you can see a lot of similarities between the characters and his characters in Dragon Ball and all his other manga, but they're still somehow very different, especially in the way that they're written. All right, what's your next book?
My next book is The Empire of Dreams by Ray Carson. Okay, so this one. Red Sparkle Stone spent her entire childhood running from sinister sorcerers or the cold or hunger or vicious masters. But that's over now. Finally, at 16 years old, she is safe. She has a home. Despite everything, her veiled past, her odd name, the mark of magic in her hair, Red is being adopted by the royal family. until the Empress's greatest rival blocks the adoption in a stunning political masterstroke, and everything Red has worked for crumbles away. Red is not about to let herself or the Empress become a target again. Determined to prove her worth and protect her chosen family, she joins the Royal Guard, the world's most elite fighting force. As the plot against the Empress deepens, Red must uncover the enemy who has put her country, and everyone she loves at risk. If she can survive recruitment year, something no woman has done before. So this book is actually the very first subscription box book that I got on Bookstagram. I found out that I was going to be repping for LitJoy, and I found out they were going to have a Lord of the Rings item in a box, so I was like, hell yeah, I gotta have that box this month. And this is the book I got, and that was like
3
years ago. So I think it's high time I probably read this book. Yeah. It's been sitting there for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And it's really cute. Like, I had it like on main display on my shelf for a while because it looks nice. And I just haven't read it yet.
What should be an awful book?
Oh, I have no doubt.
That's
After
gonna be
reading
bad?
that synopsis, that it would possibly be very bad.
I'm sorry, I was typing while you were reading the synopsis. Can you give me like the cliff notes of it?
A girl with a weird name is being adopted by the royal family, but then it's squashed and she's going to join like the army.
Oh,
but no women are chosen. Yay.
So it's Mulan, except with adoption and stuff?
We'll say that. Sure. Yeah.
Does she have to make the commander fall in love with her and then make him think he's gay, but he's not really gay? And
we'll make a man out of her. Yes. Swift as the strength of a coursing river. Be a man with all the strength of a great typhoon. Be a man.
Okay.
With all the force of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. I'm done now.
That was awful.
Thank you. I know. I just had to get it out. Sorry.
No, that song itself is awful.
No, it's not. It's one of the best Disney songs ever made.
That just goes to show you how bad Disney songs are. That is one of the best ones, and it's awful.
Blasphemy.
Oh, boy. Anyways, my next game, Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. This one does have waifus, and I really like that one right there with the hair. All right, so it says your adventure awaits. Epic quest, undiscovered lands, dangerous monsters, untold stories. Create your own hero to suit your style. Change your hair, face, body, and more. Choose from over 1,000 items, including weapons, shields, armor, and accessories. Connect locally with up to 3 friends. From the deepest dungeons to the kingdoms in the sky. This actually says absolutely nothing about the game.
Great.
Yep. Absolutely great. It says jack shit about what the game is about. Let me see if the manual actually says anything about it. All right. Story. The observatory is home to the mighty Yggdrasil, the great world tree, and to the Celestians, a race of beings charged with watching over the mortal realm beneath. According to legend, when the sacred figs finally blossom on Yggdrasil's boughs, a celestial carriage will arrive to transport Celestians to the realm of the Almighty. In order to bring about the blooming of the figs, the Celestians have long gathered benevolences.
Benevolences?
The crystallized gratitude of their mortal charges, and offered it up to the great world tree. And now, at long last, Fig Bloom draws near. An incredible story is about to unfold in which the Celestian Sentinels will become more closely entwined with their mortal charges than ever before. That didn't give me anything. Oh, that dude kind of looks like Tien Shin Han. All right, so yeah, I am not excited to play this game because there is nothing in this game that said anything about what the game is except angels are going to meet humans.
I mean, that's not so bad.
I guess. I mean, it also is kind of weird because the art style is like 3D on the DS, which is a very weird art style that I never really kind of got into. But again, apparently people like this game and it's Dragon Quest, so why the fuck not? I'll play it if it's chosen. All right, what's your next book? Your final
My
book?
final book is probably the one that I'm hoping to be chosen the most because I've been putting this off way too long. Way too
Is it
long.
the Thunderhead?
Oh my God.
Are you finally gonna read the Thunderhead?
I am going to make thunder up against your head by whacking you with this book.
That was good.
Oh my
I really like
God.
that.
Okay. So I really want to finally read Postscript by Cecilia Ahern. So, in case y'all don't know, this is the long awaited sequel to her number one best selling novel, P.S. I Love You. Also, a movie with Hilary Swank and Jared Butler, whatever the hell, however the hell you
Gerard.
pronounce his name. I'm pretty sure he has said that his name is pronounced Jared.
Really?
Yes. I could be wrong. Okay. So, 7 years after her husband's death, 6 since she read his final letter, Holly Kennedy has moved on with her life. When Holly's sister asks her to tell the story of P.S. I Love You letters on her podcast and to revisit the messages Jerry wrote before his death for her to read after his passing, she does so reluctantly, not wanting to reopen old wounds. But after the episode airs, strangers begin reaching out to Holly, and they all have one thing in common. They're living with life-altering conditions and want to leave their own missives behind for loved ones. Suddenly, Holly finds herself drawn back into a world she's worked tirelessly to move on from, but one that leads her on another remarkable, life-affirming journey. Laced with her trademark blend of romance, humor, and bittersweet life lessons, Postscript is a moving and deeply satisfying follow-up to Ahern's beloved first novel.
Do people like this book?
I haven't really read many reviews for this second one, but people love the first one. It is pretty different from the movie. The P.S. I Love You, the book is different from the movie. But it's still a very good book. I really like this author. I've read a couple of her books now, and I've enjoyed most of them, not all of them. But I haven't seen many reviews for this one. I don't know if it was bad or if a lot of people just didn't read it and didn't know about it, because I feel like it wasn't as publicized as it could have been. I don't know.
I see.
It's been a long time since that movie came out. A long time.
Yeah.
And, the movie came out after the book, so, even longer in between the books.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So my final game is Dragon Quest XI: Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. I did it. This is the first time I've ever said that whole name
Good
in
job!
one go. Oh my god, I feel so proud of that. Okay, so this is the most recent Dragon Quest game. Oh fuck, I forgot something. It's Dragon Quest Echoes of an Elusive Age S Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. I forgot the S.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So this is the most recent Dragon Quest game. This one originally came out on PS4, and then it got this definitive edition published out on Switch. And it's pretty cool because it has the regular 3D Dragon Quest game, and then it has kind of like a shortened version of the story in 2D pixels like the original Dragon Quest games. I know that you cannot play the entire game on 2D, which I would if I could, but that 2D mode is kind of alluring to me. So it says, live the legend of the Luminary. Join the young Luminary on a journey to discover the fate that has awaited him since birth. What will be his destiny? What secrets lie hidden in his path? A world of adventure awaits as he sets out to uncover the answers. Explore the world of Dragon Quest XI from two distinct perspectives, which is the 2D and 3D. And enjoy all new adventures with the supporting cast as the supporting cast takes center stage. I'm going to be honest, this game kind of feels very daunting. I know this one in particular is a very long game. I listened to a podcast called the Nintendo Cartridge Society, whereas these two dudes who just talk about everything Nintendo. And one of the hosts a couple of years ago played the entire game. And now the other host is currently playing it. And every week, they have a segment where they talk about what they've been playing in the past week. And every week, the host that's currently playing it talks about Dragon Quest 11. And he's been telling like sort of stuff that happens in the game that makes it seem kind of like a fairy tale, but not like a Disney fairy tale, more like the old
Grimm's story, the Brothers
without
Grimm.
without being as grim.
Okay.
So it's like it's like thematically adult, but it doesn't have like a ending that is complete and utter sadness or death or whatever. It's like very magical, very whimsical, but also very mature
Okay.
in a way, like very serious. And from the stuff that said and from the stuff that the other host has said, it has me very intrigued about the game. But also, apparently, once you're done with the game, you're not really done with the game. There's apparently a lot of post game content that is about almost as long as the original portion of the game.
Oh dear.
So that one will probably be another huge time sink like Cyberpunk. So if that one gets picked, I'll probably review it in like 10 months.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, those are our picks. Carradine, you want to run me through your books?
Yes. So I have Postscript by Cecilia Ahern, The Empire of Dreams by Ray Carson, Meg and Joe by Virginia Contra, Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan, and Adulthood Rights by Octavia E. Butler.
All right.
Choose wisely.
So my games are Dragon Quest IV, Chapters of the Chosen, Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past, Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King, Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Sky, and Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age S Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. I am so proud that I can say that.
Look at you.
I've been practicing my English.
Good job.
I know. I'm such an adult. So, yeah, the polls are definitely up right now on Patreon. All you have to do is just go vote if you're a patron. If not, sign up for $2 a month. You'll
It's so cheap.
vote. Boat. Boat. Boat.
Go out on a boat.
Yacht. Cruise ship.
Take us with you.
Battle frigate. No, vote. And it does have a comment option on the boxes. So if you would like to leave a comment there explaining why you chose the game that you voted for, or what you like about the book, or why you voted for that book, or if you've played the game or read the book, just you can leave us there a comment saying what you like about that and why you voted, and we would appreciate that a lot because it gives us something to look forward to whenever the winners are announced. And right now, we are going to announce the winners on the episode of the 2nd of May. So the first Star Wars month episode, right?
All right.
All right. So that gives you 3 weeks to vote. Remember, patreon.com/anovelconsole, $2 a month. You'll be able to vote. And I guess that'll be it for this episode. No Gorbish this week. We really
Maybe no garbage ever again.
no.
We've got 2 garbages saved up that we can still do.
Yeah, we got some Gorbages that we can do soon. You're definitely getting a Gorbage next week, and it's gonna be a good one because the place was actually really bad.
Yeah, it was real fucking bad, and we're gonna run them through the mud.
Yep.
And not even feel bad about it.
Hell no. Fuck that place.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so our art was done by Metamorphic, and I guess that's it for this episode of A Novel Console. Carradine, do you have anything you want to say before we end the show?
Pig postscript. Pig postscript. I'm sending like waves out into their brains. Pig postscript.
You guys should write in saying that you want her to read Thunderhead.
I hate you.
It would be so funny.
You won't be my friends anymore. None of you.
It's too bad. They're still your friends. All right, so that's it. Karen, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.